Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started today. Thank you all for joining the virtual career trek today featuring Sherwin-Williams, hosted by UW Eau Claire. My name is Alyssa Slobby. I'm a career counselor in the Advising, Retention, and Career Center at UW Eau Claire, and I'm excited to be here today and to be helping host the event. Before we get started, I'd like to give some thank yous. So I'd like to give a thank you to Haley Carr from UW Superior for managing our technology today, and to the Career Trek Committee for organizing this semester's events. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to Derek Young from Sherwin-Williams for being our presenter today and sharing some great information with us. If you haven't had a chance yet, if you could go ahead and fill out the registration form in the chat, that will help us keep track of attendance today, and we will go ahead and share that attendance information with your university. The Career Trek today is being recorded and will be available within the next week on the Career Trek's website. The website is on the slide, so if you need a refresher on where to find that information, it is located in the upper corner. Next week's Career Trek will be hosted by UW-Platteville, and it'll feature Lands End, so please join us at the same time next Wednesday for the Career Trek. And in a few seconds here, you're going to see a live poll pull up on your screen. Please go ahead and complete that poll. What that's going to give us is information on who's in the virtual or who's in virtually attending with us today. Just a reminder, if you do have any questions throughout the trek today, please add those to the chat. Near the end of the event today, Derek's going to have some time to respond to any questions that you might have. So throughout the trek and during the Q&A session, please just go ahead and add those to the chat feature. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the trek over to Derek.
Alyssa, thank you. Want to say, obviously, great opportunity here to share our opportunities at Sherwin-Williams. Excited that have the ability here to kind of still leverage Zoom. Certainly for all of us here over the last couple of years, we've gotten very good at virtual events and certainly sharing things. And obviously, for everybody that's in attendance, my goal here is to share a little bit about who is Sherwin-Williams. Review, the career opportunities that we currently offer, and then also walk through the recruiting process for our summer internships and our after graduation management and sales training program. With that, I am going to share my screen here. Give me just a moment. All right, we got that up there. So as I'm going through this here, certainly want to be mindful of everybody's time. My, I guess, agenda, want to go through some slides, share with all of you a pretty thorough overview of who Sherwin-Williams is. In just a second, I'll share a little bit more about myself. And then kind of go through the careers at Sherwin-Williams website. Really hands-on, want to show you all the tools and resources there. Excited to share that a lot of opportunities out there currently unfilled, both currently in all of our stores and for next summer for the internships, as well as postgraduate opportunities available to any December grads or May grads here coming up. So that being said, do want to share a little bit about me. Derek Young. I'm currently in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. Don't hold that against me here, all of you that are in Wisconsin. I have a group of stores that I'm responsible for that are in La Crosse, Eau Claire, Superior as well, where we do have some representation for all of your schools. Also have some very strong colleagues over in that state as well. Really have the opportunity here to share all this for them as well. So that being said, I have roughly 24 years with Sherwin-Williams. Started part-time while I was in school. Went on to our college internship, which I have to be proud to admit was still in the 90s. It was in 1999. I was a management sales trainee in 2000, moved to the Minneapolis area, ran through several roles, both in management and sales, and then ended up in my current role right now, overseeing 25 stores, 11 sales reps, and a district sales manager for northwestern Wisconsin and most of greater Minnesota. District manager role for me has been very rewarding, exciting opportunity. I've started with in this role about 8 years with 17 stores and 4 sales reps, and then in a short 8-year run here, we're up to 25 stores and 11 reps, as well as a sales manager. We continue to grow. We have a lot of opportunities for new stores, new sales reps, not only in my market, but all the markets that I'm going to share later in my slideshow that really are where all of you are currently at. Certainly the career trek, as you look at it, is an opportunity for us to share what we have to offer, and certainly hope all of you see some value in that. So as I move on, who is Sherwin-Williams? I'm sure some of you know who we are. Some of you may not. I will share a couple slides here, and then a brief video, which is an overview of us. So I will let that play.
This is a sales and marketing story, a manufacturing story, a tale of worldwide distribution and just-in-time delivery. This is a story about what matters most, the products and assets we depend on every day, and the people whose job it is to protect and enhance them. This is Sherwin-Williams. People experience Sherwin-Williams in many ways, from our paint stores to our consumer products to our iconic projects around the world. But to uncover the meaning behind what we do, you have to look beyond the labels. We don't just make great products. We serve people, contractors, DIYers, manufacturers, big and small. We provide our customers innovative solutions to ensure their success, no matter where they work or what surfaces they're coating. And we serve each other, from our headquarters in Cleveland, where we support our family of employees around the globe, to our 4 operating groups and the communities around the world where you'll find our stores. The Americas Group serves contractors and homeowners with Sherwin-Williams branded paints, stains, and supplies. Consumer Brands Group empowers makers, do-it-yourself customers, and pro painters with one of the industry's strongest portfolios of branded and private label products. Performance Coatings Group develops, manufactures, and sells automotive finishes, coil coatings, general industrial coatings, industrial wood coatings, packaging coatings, protective and marine coatings, as well as engineered polymer solutions to a diverse customer base in over 100 countries. While global supply chain is a highly efficient end-to-end supply chain encompassing architectural research and development, manufacturing, distribution, and logistics. This is a story about what we can achieve when we work together. About transforming, beautifying, and protecting the world around us. About having an impact. It's the kind of thing we've been doing for more than 150 years. Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
All right. So hopefully that, shared some highlights there of who we are. As I work through this here, I do want to pull out a few things from that video that maybe weren't shared. certainly for us, we were founded in 1866 as a company in Cleveland, Ohio. As you look at where we're at currently in 2021, where we finished 2022, we're in over 110 different countries across the globe. We currently have a little over 61,000 employees as of 2021. And revenues for this year are projected to get very close to the 20 billion in overall sales, which for us was a goal that we had set a few years ago. When you look at our overall structure, just kind of making sure everybody understands, who we are and how we operate. Kind of working left to right, we do set things up by our company stores as well as our brands, and then kind of transition more into the more specialized products. When you look at the performance coatings group on the right hand side, a very large presence there globally. Package coatings, automotive, things that you might see the linings on the inside of beverage cans, the coatings on the outside of cans as well. New cars, as you look at, the architectural business, which I represent, which would be on the left-hand side again in the Americas group. North America, we have roughly 4,700 stores. When you look at that, that has steadily grown really over the last 20 years, fairly aggressively. I remember starting with Sherwin-Williams, and we were right in about the 2,500 stores. And to add, all those stores and sales reps and certainly some opportunities has probably been the most rewarding part of my career, is seeing, individuals that I remember seeing at career fairs, years ago, that are now overseeing some very large areas of our company. And certainly, all of these brands that you do see there, you may see some of those in our company-owned stores at Sherwin-Williams, but a lot of them you will find at places like Menards, Lowe's, Hardware Hanks, Ace Hardwares. We're pretty much everywhere, and when you look at the innovation that we've offered to the world in terms of coatings, sealable paint cans, the actual roller, paint roller. These are items that we're certainly very proud to say that we invented, shared with the world here, and obviously the applications are endless. When you look at the career path with Sherwin-Williams, certainly, from the video there, you saw, quite a few different people in different roles. One thing I'll share on that point is that, we're not just a company that makes products. We certainly have a ton of support people, whether it's from trucking, logistics, warehouse operations, marketing, management, sales, R&D, chemistry, IT. It certainly takes a lot of people to get all of those products out into the marketplace. Today, really, I'm going to share the website, the Careers at Sherwin-Williams, which is a great resource for anyone that's interested in learning more about us. But it also highlights all the different areas. So when, oftentimes I go to career fairs or I go on campus and I'm asked, hey, what are you looking for? We're kind of looking for everybody. And specifically, for me, when I'm on campus, I'm not really focusing on a particular major. uh, albeit management and sales certainly can be specialized in, individuals that are, in that career path on campus. It does not mean though that, anybody out there that is looking for leadership, team, collaboration, innovation, competition, all of those things are really rolled up into those roles. And oftentimes when I get asked about, what types of jobs do you offer, oftentimes I frame that in, what are you wanting to do in your career? Because all that title is just on a card or your LinkedIn profile, but really what you do each and every day, that's what really adds some value for you and for us. And as I go through this, I'm going to transition over to our website, careers at Sherwin-Williams.com. You can see it there. I'll highlight that in a moment. Let me get to that page right now. All right. Can everybody see that okay? Thumbs up, anybody? All right, that's good. So really the landing page here is probably the format that for me is the easiest to really walk everybody through. Who is Sherwin-Williams? What career paths do we offer? And as I highlight a few of these things, I think the obvious one is the students and graduates. When I look at all of our stores that we currently have right now, I mean, it's great to have a brand and plants and warehouses and products, but without that people quotient working in our stores and being leaders and growing in their careers, there is no way we would have gotten to where we're at without individuals much like all of you on this call. When I go into students and graduates, certainly for me, the opportunity, internships, co-ops, all of these are going to be very hands-on. You're not going to be likely in an office setting in front of a computer monitor, albeit a lot of our training now is automated. We have iPads in our stores. We have ways that you can learn virtually. You can learn at your own pace, but certainly the learning is going to be mainly hands-on, and certainly the opportunity, as I said, is really in leadership. People that want to be included in a team, part of a bigger picture. All of that can happen through Sherwin-Williams. As you click on students and graduates, the main opportunities that we offer are for all of you is really the internship program while you're still in school. When I look at that, having gone through that myself, it really is a snapshot of who we are, but also you really get to know all of our people. The internship that we have is very structured. It's summer months, generally starts roughly about a week after Memorial Day, runs through early August. The interactions that you get from the internship is learning hands-on with other store managers, assistant managers, sales reps. You work with leaders not only in the stores but at the area level, the executive levels sometimes when we look at our projects, and really that's to just kind of show everybody in this role, okay, here's who we are, and really here's what we offer. If you look at the areas of expertise there, you got management, sales training program, research and development, manufacturing, accelerated program, IT professional, apprenticeship, and field auditing. Those are quite a few different areas of study. And certainly each one rolls up into one Sherwin-Williams. When I look at, who we're looking for, the one thing I oftentimes have to highlight is that we're really wanting to find, those individuals that aren't from just one particular geography or background or study. We love diversity. And some of us our highest, leaders in Sherwin-Williams don't even have degrees, in management. But, from a understanding and leadership standpoint, you certainly have that ability to grow. Certainly from the focus there, a lot of ways to learn about who we are, and if you kind of see on that slide there, it's, communication skills, work ethic, really wanting to be in an active in environment, where really you're challenged every day, not only to learn, but also to, grow as a leader and somebody that could move further on in their career. As I highlight the various areas here, the management sales training and the internship, those are really the main two that I can probably speak to most. When I look at the internship, as I said, it's somebody that is interested in Sherwin-Williams, wants to work for a corporation that certainly values, the employee, gives you the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that maybe you don't know anything about our products. Certainly when I came on board with Sherwin-Williams, I did not know anything about paint. That really is something that when I look at the resumes that I see, I'm more so really concerned in the experiences that you've had, your leadership, communication, challenges that you've had, and certainly all of those lead into candidates that we are looking for. One of the career paths here is the management sales training program, and really what that is, it's the follow up on our career through our stores. And when you think about management and sales, you oftentimes have to think about people. How well do you want to, collaborate, lead a team, be in charge of a team? We'll give you all of those resources and tools to really own your own career and the career path itself. The management sales training program typically starts, for any individual that has either graduated or is approaching graduation. The overview is that you will receive training in not only the operations of our store, but also customer service, people management skills, our culture, product knowledge, marketing, finance, pretty much the general management overview of who we are and really how we operate. When you work inside of a store, it's typically a smaller team. Individually, each store has a store manager, an assistant manager, a couple full-time customer service specialists, some part-time sales associates. If you happen to be part of one of our training stores, those are typically the ones where you're going to see our college interns as well as our management sales trainees. And really with 4,700 stores nationwide, the opportunities, for finding something that's near you are always there. And as you work through the kind of training program here, the challenges oftentimes fall into these areas where you have sales excellence, leadership, customer relationship management, marketing, product knowledge, financials. And when we talk a little bit about, each of these here, the tools and resources that you're offered are really top notch. You're not going to see these very often where, you have the training program where you have so much support, not only from the local training store manager, but the assistant manager at the stores, but also from leaders like me, our marketing team, our HR team. Certainly they're helping you understand, hey, this is what you need to win, and really grow. And when I go into the sales excellence piece, that's a really exciting area for us. Oftentimes when we look at other opportunities that you may see out there, this is more of a general management, but lead your own team approach. And it's centered really around our customers. We learn so much from our customers each and every year. And amazingly, we probably learned more over the last year than we have ever. When you look at the challenges there for not only companies and business, but construction, education, government, all of these are challenged with COVID and availability of products, but still at a time where things are pretty good. Houses are going up, schools are adding on wings and facilities, bridge and highway, all of those things are just moving forward at a very strong pace. And certainly for us, that centering on the our clients is certainly crucial there to really understand it. And that's really where you look at sales, and oftentimes it is some type of career path that maybe appear to be challenging. But when you look at how we approach sales excellence from a training, support, and alignment standpoint, really that ability to win is accelerated, because of who we are and all of our people. Professional areas for growth, really there it's that close understanding of each employee, how they grow, how they learn, their learning style. Everybody's going to learn a little bit, uniquely, and certainly for me, I have to train and coach differently. As you grow, though, what you're going to find is, you work from the management sales trainee to assistant store manager, to then really the next steps would be store manager or sales reps. And oftentimes those roles are secured within about year and a half, 2 years after you're out of college, and you're overseeing a business unit, whether it's a store. If you're a sales rep, you certainly have your own area, and one or two stores that you're selling through and selling with. And as you grow there, you're trying to really understand where are the areas in our markets that are underserved. How do we grow? How do we help them help those grow in their own way? Whether it's marketing help, operations help, staffing, training, all of those things roll up into, not only for us to win, but also for our customers. As you move, more into, who we are, you have a lot of tools and resources out there. We're very happy to share. We have the very strong internal system for tracking sales, CRM, tracking financials. All of those are, generally loaded into, if you're a sales rep, you have an iPhone, iPad, company car, all of those things that let you get out into that market and not have to, really dedicate a lot of time to searching for stuff. You really have it at your fingertips. As far as, in store, that is really where the roles create some opportunities for, whether it's operations, customer service, problem solving skills, not only for us, but mainly for our customers. And really growing through that, you really have that ability to own your own operation, whether it's a store, a territory. You choose to, lead and grow that in your own way, and you really have that autonomy to make that happen. And it all starts with our management sales training program and, our summer internships. And certainly, when you look at, each of those and really how do you grow into those roles, and there's some dedicated programs that we do have, sales leadership program where we identify individuals that are assistant store managers that want to grow into a sales career. Whether you're a successful store manager or sales rep already, how do you grow into taking over a district? How do you grow into managing an area, a division? Those career paths are filled roughly about 98% from inside. And it's unusual for companies to have that much growth inside without having to go out and source leaders and sales reps. We grow that through the company, in roles that are already there. Could be the internship kind of trainee as well. The other areas that we do service, we have some roles that don't just roll up into our own stores. We do have sales reps, developmental leaders, partners with great companies, Menards, great company, Lowe's, excellent company, where we have people that are there working for those corporations inside of their stores, helping teams, helping leaders there run their business, finding their growth, and really helping drive that. And oftentimes, the ways to grow for our career are really going to be not just through our own stores, but also through our national brands, which carries quite a bit of weight. When you roll all of that up, the roles that we have offered there, certainly the question then is that how do you go through your recruiting process? And when I look at that, and I'll go back to my original slideshow here, really the recruiting process, how do you learn more on Sherwin-Williams and really where you can grow. And really the step one is just to see where the openings are currently at. I've highlighted there the link. Certainly for all of you, I also highlighted the areas that I'm confident that I caught everybody that is on the call here as far as the individual schools. And really all of these areas here have current internships available for next summer. To make it a little bit easier, I've included the requisition number with each of those. So certainly it's a little bit easier, if you just kind of see where are you kind of close to, where do you live, where do you want to be? If you want to grab a snapshot of that, save it. You can actually see where those are currently at, and then also learn what are we looking for in each of those. The other training is for all of you on this call that are close to wrapping up school and graduating, whether it's this upcoming December or upcoming May. Our management and sales training opportunities are wide open. And certainly the requisitions that you can see there, just as the other slide there, kind of see where you're currently working, or maybe where you want to work after school. And certainly I would encourage anybody just to look us up, check it out. And then that next step then is going through the creating your application, submitting a resume, and then going through what we call a higher view video. Companies seem to be using this a little bit more often. It's a little bit easier for somebody to go on there, answer some questions in real time. I thought it actually is kind of fun because you get to share things about you in a video, and it's not just an application or a resume going off into the web somewhere. When you do all of that and it is submitted, then generally our area recruiter will reach out, chat a little bit about what you're looking for, try to coordinate which area makes sense for you, what type of position, and then after that you would move on to our district leadership sessions where it's just 2 to 3 quick, I would say quick, an hour maybe max. Interview could be at a store, could be virtually as well, flexible in terms of when that can occur. We interview essentially almost at all hours to really accommodate your schedule. And then generally the last step is to go on a visit, and we oftentimes will share that as the official visit because it is structured. We ask that you business casual attire. There is a packet that offers up really a walkthrough on some questions for a store. The employees there, you contact that store, get on their schedule. It's generally about half hour, maybe an hour max. But you get that hands-on look of, okay, this is where I may be wanting to work. These are the type of people that I'm going to be around. Is it everything that I'm hearing that it is? And oftentimes this is probably the step here that really people that don't know who we are really impressed with, because it's almost like we roll out a red carpet for you, talk to you, open it up. You can ask any questions that you may have, and really oftentimes this is what gets people to commit, is that they've seen us, they've heard us, and now they were able to beat us. Usually after that, Certainly things go well throughout the steps here. You would then see an offer. We encourage people to really compare that to anything else you're looking at. Happy to share that from a salary and total compensation, really in year one, we're very competitive. And then really the growth in that, grows when you take on larger positions. And some of those can be very, very good as you continue to move on in your career. Really, the training program is generally set in one area. However, once that is over, you are open to go anywhere you want to. If you want to stay in that area, great. If you want to venture out across the country, positions are always there, and generally trainees are very highly sought after from a lot of leaders. And then really lastly is to kind of make your own, kind of call there. And oftentimes when you look at the options that you would have, you do still have that ability to still reconnect with the recruiter, district leader, HR on any questions that, may come up. Benefits wise, very lucrative offering there, very highly compensated from the company viewpoint on most of those benefits. We do offer a 401k match at 6%. So every dollar that you contribute up to that amount of your salary, we match that day one, vested day one. That is yours. And when I look back at, where we've, grown to as a company, I, was a little bit naive early on in that, I was like 401k, I'm 22, 23. What does that matter? When I started, our shares were roughly about 31, $32 per share. If you take our recent 3-to-1 split out, we're roughly at about 940. And I can tell you that, there's a lot of very happy former interns, management, sales trainees that are still here that, now look back and say, man, I wish I would have put in 10% or 15 if I could have, instead of, like myself, probably budgeting that in lost cost, unfortunately. But that's a little bit about the overview. I do want to kind of wrap it up with really the movement for us. When I look at probably what I'm most kind of proud of is how we've evolved to be inclusive. When you think back over the last couple of years and really the challenges there and ways that companies have to recognize that you have to be one company and welcoming to a wide range of backgrounds. As I go through this and share, I mean, we kind of have our own mantra that, we are one Sherwin. And really part of that is this, resource group strategy that we have. And I'm really proud to say that, I have team members that represent all of these areas here and backgrounds. And as I've gotten to know people that, are very different than me, you really have to appreciate, how can I work together to make their work a little bit easier, a little bit more, inclusive. make sure that everybody feels a part of our culture. It's not just one type of person, leading us here, or one type of person gets promoted. We really value being different. We also value kind of making sure we, support people that, maybe have different, challenges, not only in the workplace, but even outside of that. And it really kind of, rolls up into, my last slide is that we are one company. And we are, really happy to share that, we haven't been perfect, but we've grown quite a bit in understanding that, people for us are number one. They always will be. And you have to support them regardless of their background. That concludes my slideshow. I do want to make sure that I also recognize UW Eau Claire. Alyssa and everybody there at the career office is excellent to work with. I constantly get asked questions like, hey, how do you do so well at that school for us? And I was like, it's just our people. It's their people. It's our relationship. So thank you, Alyssa, and everybody there. There's a lot of people there that, I can't probably share. I won't have enough time here, but thanks again for that. With that, I do want to throw it back over to Alyssa, if there's any questions that may be out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you again, Derek. That was absolutely fantastic. Loved learning more about Sherwin-Williams and your path at Sherwin-Williams too. So that was fantastic. Participants, if anybody on the chat today or anybody on the trek today has some questions, please go ahead and add those to the chat now, and we'll kind of start that conversation. I did have a couple questions too as I was listening, Derek, and I think we'll maybe start with me while we're waiting for the participants to add some questions. You had mentioned the opportunity for professional development and professional growth as you were kind of demonstrating the careers website on Sherwin-Williams. Do you have any examples for students of those professional development opportunities that either as an intern or as a trainee or as a kind of entry-level professional, things that they could take advantage of?
Absolutely. Probably the one that is, I would think for, the group that we have here is, the internship project. It's centered around working on creating skills for executive presentations. You're given a project that oftentimes is, a current challenge for us. Interns kind of collaborate as a group. They, offer up some thoughts. They do some research, and then they really try to make a, really educated recommendation to how we should move forward. And they present that at the end of the summer. And it is generally in person with a quite a list of people, VP of HR, VP of sales, director of marketing, district leaders, to get up in front of that kind of panel, in college, maybe not knowing much, on Sherwin-Williams, but then going through this and saying, okay, we want you to tell us, what should we do here? And you really learn how to, one, you got to create a pretty good argument or proposal. But then you got to be ready for some questions. Executive leaders are going to dig in a little bit, even though you're maybe a 2-month, 3-month employee. We're really giving you that forum there to kind of share your thoughts.
Wonderful, thank you. So a couple of questions that came through the chat. Do you offer internships that are less than 1 year?
Yes, the internships are generally for one summer. They typically are juniors going into their senior year. It is 10 weeks long. And I would say every market has at least 5, 10, maybe even more interns every summer. What's also to share there is that we get about 80% stay on board with us and work part-time while they're still in school and really continuing their career that way.
Awesome, thank you. Next question, how can a student stand out as an applicant for an internship or the trainee position?
You know, I would say it's more so on how you communicate, your interest level in leadership, in management, you know, being part of a team. Oftentimes when you share things like, you know, hey, I'm involved in a club on campus, or, you know, I was a leader on a group project or athletic team. Oftentimes those backgrounds are very, very valuable in that for us, it's, you know, hey, this individual, you know, went above and beyond their own classes and really challenged themselves to, you know, be involved, be social. We're a very social company. You know, if you get to know us, we definitely like to get out. We like to meet people. We love hearing about people's backgrounds, and you know, if you get that ability to interview, let that come out. You know, let that shine.
I have a follow-up question to that. So students who are in the internship program and, you know, find a fit, really enjoy working, you had mentioned that you kind of like to recruit from within and hire from within. What does that process look like if they've done the internship program and then want to continue on and maybe do like the trainee program or entry-level position? Is it the same process where they would reapply, or do you recruit right after the internship program?
We do. We almost immediately we meet with each intern, kind of talk about the summer. And then usually, I mean, I'm just kind of throwing out my own estimate, but it's probably about 90 to 100% get offers for the management sales training program after they graduate. That when they start school, and you know, we obviously say, hey, you know, still go back to school, go to learn about, you know, other companies, but you know, it's crucial for us to make sure that you know, are wanting to do this, and that you know, if it is working out, those people generally have offers when they start that fall term. And then a lot of people, you know, if it goes well, I mean, they're already saying, yep, I'm in. And now I just got to go wrap up my last year of school, and I'm off and running.
Thank you. So next question in the chat is, has the company switched back to more of an in-person working format since COVID, or since the COVID lockdowns, or are there some employees who work virtually?
It is a combination. Most of our offices, you know, if you look at probably more Cleveland, Minneapolis, where we have a lot of support, admin staff, there's a mixture of virtual as well as in person. Most of our stores, though, when it first I guess happened last year in March, we actually closed our sales floor for the first time in the history of our company. We had them closed from roughly about March 20th till about the middle of May. And that really was for us is to protect our best assets, and that's our people, because we didn't know, really what this was going to do. We had to have some time to put in some measures with PPE and, plexiglass and different things inside of our stores to, make them safe. And part of that then, as we reopened, ever since last year, we have still kept a very firm approach and making sure that we're keeping people safe in the stores. We have a very aggressive kind of case tracking program where, we get ahead of a lot of potential kind of challenges there. One thing that I'm very proud of is that since this all started last March, I have had 0 incidences of cases that came from inside of our store and working, which, was very challenging when you still have to be open and people have to be there. But we've done a great, job there, making sure that, hey, if you come to it at work, you're going to be safe.
Thank you for sharing, Derek. So I'm not seeing any other questions in the chat. So I think we'll go ahead and get wrapped up for today. I once again want to thank Derek so much for being here and representing Sherwin-Williams. It was an awesome trek. Reminder to those who participated today, the trek is being recorded and will be added to the website within the week. So if you want to refresh any of the information or refresh on any of the information that was shared today, please do so. And just a quick reminder that next week, the career trek will be happening at the same time, hosted by Platteville and featuring Land's End. So thank you all for participating today and joining the trek. And I hope you all have a fantastic afternoon.